Hi dear friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Welcome to this early morning edition of the Cricket Happening show today. Well, as far as this Cricket Happening show is concerned, I will start off on not a good note here, because Jesse Ryder of New Zealand, such a talented batsman, very sad that he has been banned for 6 months after testing, as you know. So Jesse Ryder of New Zealand, unfortunately, considering that New Zealand are slowly trying to come up a bit, it's very sad to see Jesse Ryder has been banned for 6 months. So that is the first news that I would like to start with, and then I'm just going to do a preview of the England versus Australia, the 5th test, which is coming tomorrow, of the Investec Ashes Test series, and that is going to be played at the Oval. We will look at that. There are some changes which are happening, which we will really talk about, and then we will look at the progress which is happening in that match between South Africa A and India A. But India A today in the morning, they did some fine work there by forcing South Africa to follow on by taking a 225-run lead, and currently today is the final day, I suppose, and South Africa right now are really struggling. 157 for 7, probably 28 overs or 27 overs still to go on the day before the match ends. So India has to pick up some quick wickets if they have to really force a victory here. I will come back to that later. So let's start off with the England versus Australia, the final test match, which is coming up tomorrow at the Oval. As you know, England are absolutely cock-a-hoop. They have already won the Ashes series. They have nothing to really worry about. They can go all guns blazing, and in that context, as you know, Tim Bresnan is going to miss out now. But Tim Bresnan, they have included 2 people: Simon Kerrigan, the left-arm spinner. The other day I spoke about the Lancastrian, who is a very wonderful spinner, likes to flight the ball, and he has been doing very well in the English domestic circuit. And it would be very good to see. He definitely bowled against Australians, getting the wicket of Shane Watson, but it will be very interesting to see how he goes in the test match, whether he has signs of nerves. That would be interesting to see. So that is one change that England has affected. Now it would be very interesting to see whether at the Oval pitch, whether they would like to go for Chris Woakes, who has been included. I have a feeling that Simon Kerrigan might get the nod, so they will have a left-arm spinner and a right-arm spinner, so Graham Swan, and so that would be something adding to a lot of variety. And I'm sure Simon Kerrigan, probably one would see him making his debut at the Oval. I for one would like to see him make his debut because he has already impressed a lot, and what better position than what England are in right now in the Ashes Test series after winning the Ashes. So that could be one thing. And Chris Woakes probably has to wait for his turn. Whether Chris Tremlett will get his opportunity, that is to be seen in this 5th and final test match. And other than that, as far as Australia is concerned, they have still a lot of things to do. Shane Watson needs to get over his problems of shuffling on towards the stumps and getting himself LBW. So that is something they have to work on. Michael Clarke was very confident, as you know, in the other test match, so that will augur well for them. And also the batting of they had the openers doing a fine job, especially Chris Rogers is looking in good nick, which is good news. David Warner hit form at the right time, so he's also in good form. So I think Australia are basically equipped here, but for Australia, they have to salvage something. They have not won a single test match. England are having a very big lead over Australia here with the series right now at 3-0. So they would not want England to actually thrash Australia 4-0. So probably if Australia could get a victory under the belt, that could salvage something for them. So let's look at the Australian squad. Now the Australian squad would have a few changes. Bird Khwaja it's already news is out that Usman Khwaja and Jackson Bird. Now Jackson Bird, I was a bit surprised that he was dropped. Usman Khwaja, one could probably understand it, but that's also told that they also dropped Usman Khwaja from the 12 that has been named, which is pretty sad, because Jackson Bird, I thought would have probably merited another opportunity. He bowled very well. He was very economical. He was keeping the ball up to the batsman, so one does not know what was the thinking behind it. But that's the news we have here, that Jackson Bird has been dropped. And James Faulkner might be probably making his test debut at the Oval. Now Michael Clarke has said that the reason that James Faulkner has been included is the main reason being, in the 2 matches that has been played, he has scored 111 runs, being out only once. So that is something that says something about him, and Michael Clarke has lots of confidence in him. And another good thing about James Faulkner, he is coming into the team as an all-rounder. Not only his batting, his bowling is also, he's a very a handy person to have. He's a bits and pieces all-rounder, and he could be one who could probably make the difference in the 5th and final test of the Ashes Test series. And for Australia's sake, one only hopes that James Faulkner hits his straps right away and also performs in both the forms of the game, batting as well as bowling. As far as the other change is concerned, Mitchell Starc might be coming back, so Jackson Bird's place might be taken by Mitchell Starc. Now Mitchell Starc, one reason for his inclusion might be his batting capabilities. He's a much better batsman than Jackson Bird. He has already shown us why. So that's the precise reason there is a possibility that Mitchell Starc might be included. But well, the changes are already being done there. Usman Khwaja and Jackson Bird from the 3rd test are missing, and in comes James Faulkner, the all-rounder, probably going to make his test debut tomorrow at the Oval, and Mitchell Starc. So that is the team composition. And as far as England are concerned, well, as I said, they are cock-a-hoop. They are absolutely full of poise and bounce. Why not? They have already won the Ashes Test series. They have nothing to really worry about. They can go all guns blazing. And it will be very interesting to see how Simon Kerrigan shapes up. Whether Chris Woakes would get an opportunity, one doesn't know. Probably I have a feeling that Simon Kerrigan might be included, and Chris Woakes might have to still wait for his turn, and probably he might be carrying the drinks tomorrow. So that's what my take is on the whole the test match which is coming up, the 5th Investec test match, which is coming up between England and Australia at the Oval tomorrow in this Ashes series, which is the last test match before the Ashes series culminates. So that is something that I wanted to talk about. Now the other thing that I would like to talk about is let me see whether anything else as far as Australia is concerned. Yeah, one thing that I really missed out is that just watch out for Brad Haddin tomorrow, the wicketkeeper. Now Brad Haddin it's quite possible that he could be making history tomorrow at the 5th test. In the sense, in the 5th test of the Ashes, he could be making history if he is able to, because he's pretty close to the record. He already has 24 dismissals in this particular series, and the world record is held by none other than the former Australian wicketkeeper in the Lilly era. One would probably be very familiar with the dismissal of Scott Marsh bowled Lilly. Now that was the days when Marsh was there, when the Lilly Thompson days were going on. Rodney Marsh was the wicketkeeper, and Rodney Marsh was a very hard-hitting batsman too, and he held the world record. He still holds the world record, or the highest number of dismissals by a wicketkeeper in a test series, which is 28. And tomorrow, Brad Haddin, the wicketkeeper, has done a wonderful job in this Ashes Test series. Already scalped 24. If he could actually get on to another 4 dismissals in the whole Test match tomorrow, whole Test match of this series, in the 5th Test match, he would be making history by equaling Rodney Marsh's world record of the highest number of dismissals, the most number of dismissals by a wicketkeeper in Test matches in cricket history. Well, so Brad Haddin definitely has something to prove, and also has a mission that has to be accomplished tomorrow. So wish him good luck, and I wish this record, which was held by one of those great players and great Australian wicketkeepers, a great coach, a great trainer, and what else, absolutely a wonderful person. He also, as you know, Rodney Marsh also assisted India in the MRF Pace Foundation when Dennis Lilly was in charge there. So one knows about all that. So one only hopes, but I hope for Australia's sake, even though they have not won the Ashes series, they would probably love to see Brad Haddin come up and get that world record, because Brad Haddin has already mentioned that he is keeping his eyes fixed on being there for the 2015 World Cup, and by the time Brad Haddin comes to the 2015 World Cup, his age will be 37. Wish Brad Haddin good luck, and Australia too. Well, let's look at the South Africa India A fixture. This is the unofficial test match. Today is the final day, which is final day being enacted here at the Olympia Park in Rustenburg in South Africa. As you know, South Africa yesterday were placed with probably wanted 270 runs more to actually avoid the follow-on. But India made quick work of it today, and they rolled them out for 357. Abbott remained not out, 33 of 3-4s and 18 to Birch. And well, that wicket was taken by Suresh Raina, 3 for 40, and also Pandey had 4 for 46. Now South Africa in their second day are right now struggling. I mean, India took a lead of 225 runs on the first innings lead, and today is the final day. And let me tell you, I'm just going to tell you how many overs are remaining. I'll tell you that later. But right now they're 165 for 7. South Africa are really struggling. Mohammad Shami was the one who took wickets at regular intervals to really bring this South African innings down. He has figures of 8 overs, 2 maidens, 3 for 29. Ishar Pandey has continued his good run in this particular first unofficial test, but also picking up wickets in the second innings. He has been a able foil for Mohammad Shami. 9 overs, 2 maidens, 22 runs and 2 wickets, and 1 wicket apiece to Suresh Raina and Shahbaz Nadeem. Well, as far as South Africa is concerned, they got the openers were dismissed pretty early, with Hendricks bowled by Pandey for 4, and LBW bowled Mohammad Shami for 3, and Rasu assisted for a brief while. But before that, Dumini, their mainstay in the first innings, was also gone. LBW bowled Shami for a duck. It was reward for Mohammad Shami bowling in the right areas, and then they also lost Rosu after making an attractive 34 of 47 balls with 4 fours gone. So that made it 60 for 4. And then Bavuma came, and right now Bavuma is at the crease, not out on 65 with 6 fours. Justin Ontong was dismissed by Mohammad Shami, this third wicket, 19 with 3 fours. And the wicketkeeper Solakile is also gone, bowled by Pandey for 23. Parnell out for 10, and right now Simon Harmer is trying to give whatever support he can to Bavuma, who is not out on 65. Now, in fact, South Africa still have a long way to go. The first target would be 225. If India are able to roll them out before 225, which they would definitely love to do, that would be an innings defeat for South Africa A against India. Only Abbott and Bird still to come. Abbott definitely showed some batting capabilities in the first innings, so one could probably expect that from Kyle Abbott, and they have Bird still to come. But Simon Harmer is doing his best to just stick to the crease, not out on 4. And as I said, Bavuma is the one who is leading them, in the sense he is holding the innings at 65. Now let's see how many overs are left in this particular game. I'm just going to go there, and I'll give you some live commentary as I'm trying to see how many overs are left. Well, the information here that I have here is that South Africa A require another 59 runs with 3 wickets remaining. The score stands at 166 for 7 currently. 50 overs have been bowled. So as I said, today is the last day of this particular game of the first unofficial test, and 25 overs remain. So that's quite a number of overs, considering that Temba Bavuma is looking good, but he has only the company of tailenders to come. So India would be probably hoping that they would like to wound up this game pretty quickly and inflict an innings defeat on South Africa A on their own land in this first unofficial test match. Well, so right now, as I said, the 50 overs are gone, but overs don't really matter. Only 25 overs still left as far as this particular game is concerned. So South Africa A 166 for 7, Bavuma 65 not out, Simon Harmer 4 not out. Let me see whether I can give you some cricket commentary. But Raina has just completed an over. He has bowled the 50th over, and Suresh Raina is having figures of 9 overs, no maiden, 32 runs and 1 wicket in his name. And Rohit Sharma is getting ready. Rohit Sharma, for the first time in the second innings, is going to wheel his arm over, and he will be bowling the first delivery. So Rohit Sharma rubbing the ball on his trousers, marking his run up, and he's the one who is going to bowl probably to Temba Bavuma. One has to wait and watch. Well, I don't have much time to really give my cricket commentary. I suppose I'll end my YouTube broadcast, but yes, dear fans and subscribers, tomorrow once again I'll be there, this time talking to you on the first day's play of the 5th and final test match of the Innings Test Series between Australia and England. And well, as far as the South Africa and Australia game is concerned, it looks like India has 25 overs, and even in 25 overs they can restrict South Africa to less than 57 runs and pick up those the three last remaining wickets. Then India would be actually inflicting an innings defeat in the first unofficial test to South Africa A in their own shores. Well, on this particular note, your host Ram would like to end the cricket show for today, but promising you, dear fans and friends and subscribers, as usual, your host Ram will be there with the cricket show tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.